What would you do if someone betrayed you so bad that it ended with your death? If given a second chance at life, what would you do to them? I, for one, would find them, kill them, and then find their mom and try to For some reason, my tastes in manga and webtoons are so spread out. I'm either reading supernatural action series like Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen, or I'm reading trash romance series like Is It Wrong to Get Done by a Girl? The answer is, it's not. One Twitter user said about my reading habits, how else can you identify the peak if you don't sample the trash? You can't climb the highest mountains if you don't dive deep beneath the sea, and I agree with them. So in my quest to find a new series to binge this week and to present to you, I came across a webtoon series called I Am the Queen in This Life. And with any series that I eventually like, we end up rolling the dice on whether this is going to be entertaining because it's good or entertaining because it's trash and I love it. This series is actually both. I'm the Queen in This Life is the story of Ariadne, a girl who was hopelessly in love with a man named Cesare, so much so that she was willing to betray her kingdom and have the royal family disposed of in order for Cesare to become king and for her to be his queen. Cesare even says, as soon as this unrest is quelled, I will make you the most exalted lady in the entire kingdom. The two embrace each other, and Ariadne tells the reader that as long as she is by his side, she will do anything and everything. Now, I don't know about you, but I have no idea what the word quelled means. To quell is to put down forcibly or suppress. Now, unfortunately for Ariadne, there was a lot of quelling. In fact, there were 9 years of quelling. So much quelling, an enormous amount of quelling. In fact, during those 9 years, Ariadne did all the duties that a queen would do without the job title. That's like when I worked at Old Navy and they told everyone that only managers have keys to the building, but then they gave me a key and told me to do all of the manager stuff. But apparently I wasn't a manager, even though I basically was one.
Do you remember when I was a manager at Old Navy?
No, because you never were.
It was.
You weren't.
Shut up.
You never were.
Whatever.
You were a specialist.
Oh, shut up.
Because Ariadne has the manager role without being the manager, many of the other ladies like to gossip about her. In fact, they don't like her because she is technically not even royalty. She is a farm girl. And if Goblin Slayer has taught us anything, it's that there is nothing wrong with farm girls. Now, in the midst of all the gossip of who the king should marry, the joke is made saying, imagine if he actually married Ariadne. Obviously, this pisses her off, and we're given a shot of her wedding ring finger, which has been cut off. She did say as long as she was by Caesar's side that she would do anything and everything, but what does that mean? Now Ariadne is able to compose herself with all the lashing out against her, but the moment they talk ill of her love, that's when she loses control. Seriously, I want to know what moves this Caesar guy has to woo a woman so much that she is willing to act like this. Is he super chivalrous? Is he that handsome? Is his package that huge and amazing? Because gosh dang, is this girl all over him? For someone that's been waiting for the quelling to end for 9 years, she is extremely loyal, which is crazy because we get the sense that he doesn't love her as much as she loves him. She even says, after she betrays her kingdom, I wonder if he'll love me more. Ariadne gets super pissed off and she attacks one of the noble women. This then prompts Caesar to come in and break it up, and then he sides with the noble woman. In fact, he's super pissed off at Ariadne and says that he'll only marry her if she starts acting more noble-ish. This dude is an actual chode, and yet our girl Ariadne spends the next year trying to be better. One time I went to this pizza place called Malawi's and I had a splendid time there. On the third time I went, my pizza was completely undercooked and I have never gone back ever since. Are you seeing the difference? I didn't give that pizza joint another chance. No, bounced over, relationship, done. And yet Ariadne goes a whole year trying to meet his expectations, only to find the worst possible news while they are humping. While they're doing the dirties, Caesar, with the world's best timing in the world, reveals that he is going to be marrying Ariadne's sister, Lady Isabella. What the F? One, she has a sister? Who knew? Now, naturally, Ariadne is pissed, as she should be. Ariadne pleads with Caesar, saying, I thought you said you loved me. Now, this is where it gets truly jacked up. super jacked up. My man Caesar claims that our girl Ariadne is just another common wench whose selfish desires would hinder our grand cause. Another common wench? Are you effing kidding me? Who the fuck does this guy think he is? Now, this is where it all goes to crap, because this next reveal is bonkers. We find out that Princess Isabella was the original queen of the prince that Ariadne betrayed so that Caesar would be king, and that those two had conspired before the betrayal had happened because the two loved each other and they used Ariadne to do all the dirty work. And he even says, from the beginning, Isabella was the perfect woman for me, and that he never wanted Ariadne. The chapter ends with the guards taking Ariadne into a prison cell because she is being hysterical, and honestly, she just wanted to slap the shit out of Caesar. Now in chapter 2, and I'm just going to rush through this, we get to meet Isabella, and she is batshit crazy. She's almost worse than Caesar, and in fact, she is a wench. This lady is an absolute bitch. She is conniving. She is entitled. She is manipulative. And you know what happens at the end of chapter 2? Because you're thinking, wow, Caesar is awful. Isabella can't be any worse. No, Isabella is so much worse. She smiles at Ariadne, and then she has Ariadne get fucking stabbed in the back with a sword. Murdered. Dead. 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 But don't worry, because as with all good stories with the name I'm the Queen in This Life, we now have to go on Who Wants to Become a Millionaire and figure out the following. Tyler, in the webtoon I'm the Queen in This Life, has the main character Ariadne betrayed and killed with a sword and then waking up in a new life? Is the genre of the story A, an isekai, B, a revenge time-traveling story, or C, none of the above? With the name I'm the Queen in This Life, I'm going to assume isekai. We're gonna go with A. Wrong, it's a time-traveling revenge story. Yes, Ariadne is sent back in time as her younger self before all of the betrayal and heartache, and decides that she is going to do everything in her power now to be the queen, knowing full well the darkness and betrayal that is in the hearts of her lover and her sister. This is one of those binge stories where you know full well you're not going to evolve in your reading taste or be elevated to new intellectual heights, like you would reading something like My Housemate is a Tentacle Monster, but you will enjoy yourself as you follow Ariadne's journey of revenge. And with currently over 30 episodes to read from, you can definitely spend a weekend just binging the story to get caught up. And ultimately, that's what I love about the comic, manga / webcomic reader life. You can spend a weekend binge reading one series, let it go, and move on to another series, and then eventually come back for another binge session. And if you're like me, you've promised a lot of series that you'll come back to them. And like the toxic man that I am, I never come back. I'm looking at you, Naruto. We're done. But what are your thoughts? Is this a series you might consider jumping on to reading, or would you rather live this drama in real life versus reading it? Now, if this drama revenge webcomic isn't your jam, might I suggest you check out this next video where I talk about the horror manga that changed my life. True story.